Alright, what's up, people? So, I'm gonna talk to you guys about shadow people and my personal experiences with them. First, I wanna talk about what I consider shadow people and what I don't consider shadow people. Right? There's a lot of people online that they're talking about their experiences in regards to sleep paralysis. Now, sleep paralysis is a question mark to me of whether these people are actually seeing these shadow beings and whatnot. And the reason why I say it's a question mark to me is I experienced that many times, and it's unclear to me whether you're waking up from a sleep state and you're still partially in your dream type of thing, whether like you experienced a trauma of sorts with a shadow person, and that's kind of flipping over to your dreams, and you're waking up and you're trying to get control of your body, and there's this being right choking you out type of thing. And it's not clear to me whether you're actually seeing it. It's no different to me than like when people say they see shadow people in the corners of their eyes and whatnot. Right? Now, like, I have long lashes, so I see shit in the corner of my eyes all the time. It's I can't really label that as you seeing something, you know? Like, there's this car in front of me right now. I'm in the middle of my day, this car is there, you see it, I see it, and it just left, and you know you saw it, right? So I've had many experiences with shadow people towards the end of my night, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you always see them at nighttime, right? And I've had these experiences for the last 15 years, man. And it's a difficult experience to go through when you're seeing these things, man. I'll give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So I'm driving my friend around. It's probably like late night. It's nighttime already, obviously, and where there's really no cars on the road. And suddenly I see someone running across the street. So I slammed the brake because I thought I was gonna run this person over. And halfway across, I realized, oh shit, this isn't a human being. It's a shadow person, right? My friend being on his phone, you know, now he's looking around, looking at me like why the fuck are you hitting the brakes, you know? And now I'm telling him like, oh man, I almost ran over a cat, right? Because I don't want to really be like, oh dude, fucking, I almost ran over a fucking shadow person, right? So, thank you, sweetheart. And so yeah, there's this sense of like insanity to it too, that you're kind of worried about people thinking you're fucking crazy, because I'm not sure if other people are seeing it at the same time, right? So yeah, in regards to what shadow people are, from what I've gathered to be, right? Well, what I've gathered shadow people are, man. Like, in my 15 years of experiencing these motherfuckers, like whether it's daily or weekly, but I see them consistently, right? These dudes are constantly moving around person to person. They're like watching us. They're some type of like watchers, I guess, right? So they'll move from A to B, just to watch people. It's the weirdest thing. Now these aren't like ghosts and shit. These aren't like what people refer to as ghosts. I don't see fucking ghosts. I don't know what the fuck ghosts are, but it's not like this was a person that died and here's the so-called soul of this person fucking roaming freely. No, that's not what it is. These things, I don't know what the fuck they are, but they're watching. You know, they're watching us. So they come in different types, just like people, right? Like me and you aren't the same. You know, just like there's a bunch of people, there's a bunch of shadow people, and no, they're not all one, right? And I've had these weird experiences where the same one was visiting me at my house. It was the weirdest fucking thing. So if you've ever been asleep and someone comes into your room, and even though you're asleep, you know exactly where these people are, where this person is, right? So you might wait, you might hear them, feel them, right? You wake up, you know exactly what they're doing. So I'm knocked the fuck out. I feel, you know, this thing is in my room, and so I wake up, push myself forward, and towards the edge of my bed, like 5 feet from like where my feet would be, and my bed is my door frame, like 5 feet away from it, right? So I push myself forward. I open my eyes directly to this thing, man. And this thing is standing in my door frame and it's looking straight at me. And it fucking freaked me out, dude. So I'm looking at this thing. It's looking at me. Instantly, I'm like, fuck, this thing's not human. What the fuck is it doing here? How to get in? Whoop, 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 right? Like, your mind is racing with all these thoughts. But I remember specifically thinking, like, dude, man, I think you're going crazy, bro. You know, maybe it's best you put your fucking face in that pillow and just knock the fuck out before you completely lose your mind, right? So that's what I did. I put my face in my pillow, knocked the fuck out, right? So this was around 3 a.m. because my clock was there. So fast forward like 3 months into this shit, and again, I feel something in my room. I wake up, push myself forward again the same way. So I'm like sitting up in my bed now. Right, so I push myself forward. I open my eyes directly to this fucking thing, man. And it's the same exact one standing in my door frame, looking dead at me, and I'm looking dead at it. This time I'm not as afraid of it. It's the second time. I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, your mind is just tripping again, right? So I'm kind of looking at it. It's looking at me, kind of tripping out. It's not moving. Both times it's not moving. It's just standing there staring at me. And so again, you know, maybe it's best you put your face in the fucking pillow and just knock the fuck out. And that's what I did. So I turned around, put my face in my pillow, and just didn't take my face off it until I knocked out. Again, this is around 3 a.m. Fast forward another 3 months, and exact same situation. I feel it's in my room. So I wake up to it, I push myself forward, I open my eyes directly to it again, and it's standing in the door frame once again and just staring at me. But this time I'm not afraid of it whatsoever. You know, this is the third time it's happened. Whatever, I just have a genuine curiosity of it. I want to know what the fuck this thing is. So I'm analyzing it. I'm looking at its facial structure. You know, I'm looking at its jaw, I'm looking at its shoulders and shit. And this thing fucking makes a face. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you not afraid of me? It was the most human face you can make. Like, you know, like, why the fuck are you not afraid of me type of thing, right? Which was really interesting to me. So, yeah. So why aren't you afraid of me? And I'm just analyzing it. Now I have a roommate too at this time. So this thing turns its fucking head around towards my roommate, like slowly, just turns its head, looks at my roommate, and this motherfucker talks. All right, and it says some fucking shit that I don't want to say because I never told anyone what it said, but this motherfucker said some evil ass shit. So instantly, soon as it says it, I'm like, God damn, you evil motherfucker, right? And instantly, I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker's smart, dude. Like, not only is it smart, it's slick as fuck. So not only is it saying something, but it's trying to fucking manipulate me at the same fucking time. And I'm thinking, God damn, this evil motherfucker. And it instantly, like, put some fear into me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this thing was really smart, really intelligent, really manipulative, right? And whatever the fuck it said, man, it only said 2 sentences. But the amount of information this motherfucker provided with 2 sentences, like it would take me like a fucking week to sit there and try and come up with 2 sentences to provide that much information and freak you out and try and get you to do something at the same fucking time, right? So that kind of really intimidated me. It really freaked me out. So instantly I'm like, this motherfucker is real. It's in my room. It's staring at me. And I'm staring at it. And I really don't know what the fuck I should be doing right now type of thing. You know, I don't know if I should be getting up trying to fuck this thing up. I don't know if... Basically, I have no idea what I need to be doing. Right, so the best thing I should do, since it hasn't done anything to me the first 2 times, is put your fucking face in that pillow and hope it fucking disappears by the time you wake up. And that's what I did. I put my face in the pillow, knocked the fuck out, or waited until I knocked the fuck out, right? And I wake up, And you know, just I'm talking to myself type of thing, like, you know, believe what you may, or, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But this thing is fucking real, and it's fucking visiting me, you know. That motherfucker fucked up my sleep for a long time, dude. Seriously, I had to sleep with my fucking TV on for a while, man, because I was seeing shadow people consistently up until that point too. I just never had one talk to me, and up until that point, I didn't necessarily verify to myself whether these things were real or it was just a product of my imagination type of thing, right? But after that event, it was instantly clear to me that no, that these aren't just freak situations or freak occurrences that my mind is making up. Like, no, these things are real. And yeah, so that really tripped me out, fucked up my sleep, because if you're experiencing shadow people and whatnot, you feel them a lot of times, man. You feel them in the room, you feel them in the space around you, whether you're outside, indoors, it doesn't matter. A lot of times you'll get this evil fucking presence feeling, dude. It's the weirdest thing. Sometimes you'll get it, you'll know exactly where it's at, but you can't see it because it's in the dark, right? And then other times you'll get the feeling and then you'll see it, you know, exactly where you thought it was. Other times, if they have nothing to do with you, you'll see them, but you won't get the feeling. Like, a lot of times when I see them moving around from A to B, they have nothing to do with me. They're like zoned out on a mission type of thing, you know, like they got their blinders on, like how horses might have those shades, right? So they're going from A to B, like they might just be fucking up the Zoom. So they're going from A to B, and yeah, you won't get that feeling because it has nothing to do with you. Now, these motherfuckers have everything to do with light, right? Like, if you're experiencing this shit, you're always experiencing it in the dark, right? It doesn't have to be pitch black, but like the sun's not out, bright lights aren't on, right? You're always experiencing it in the dark. So if this motherfucker's like in your house type of thing, and that's where you're constantly experiencing it, maybe you need to keep a night light on, you know? Maybe you need to keep the TV on, or whatever the fuck it is, because whenever whether they disappear or they don't like the light, I don't fucking know. But what I do know is they don't like the light and they stay the fuck away, right? So that's one way to deal with them. Now, in regards to the information online, right? A lot of the information online, man, it's all fucked up and it's all wrong. A lot of the people's stories are all fucked up. They're telling other people's experiences as if it's happened to them, right? Or it's a bunch of people that just read a bunch of shit and now they're presenting it like they know what the fuck they're talking about, right? Like, I've 15 years of experiencing these things. I don't have a lot of fucking information, dude. Like, how can I have a lot of information? I don't know what the fuck they are, right? But there's people out there talking about, oh, they're these types of energy beings, and Little Red Riding Hood right there, and yeah, they're like energy beings and whatnot, or they're demons, or they're fucking, like, how the fuck do you know? All right, like, how the hell do you know? Why are you telling people what the fuck they are when you have no idea what they are? Talking about, like, oh, you know, they're making negative energy, and that's what they feed off. And how the fuck do you know what they feed? How they feed, what they feed, like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a lot of people out there jumping into religion and shit. Oh, they're demons and they're jinn and fucking, you better call Jesus to come save your ass from the fucking shadows, and like, go fuck yourselves too. You know, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. And then the third fucking group is so-called fucking wannabe doctors and shit, psychologists and therapists, and you know, they're talking about, oh, this is what it is and this is the illness you have. And the motherfucker, if I was schizophrenic, trust me, people would notice I'm fucking schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? If someone was really fucked up and they're seeing shit, trust me, you can't hide that type of shit for a long time. People are gonna know. You know, the people around you are gonna know, hey, you know, maybe it's time you go see a fucking doctor because you're all fucked up in the head, right? All kinds of screws are loose and shit. But no, that's not the case with all these people. That's not the case whatsoever. But these motherfuckers wanna label it like, oh, I'm the one I'm the first doctor to fucking label this shit and this, right? But at the end of all these motherfucker speeches, there's always like my book, right? Buy my book or my blog or fucking you know, for fucking $29.95, you know, an hour a session, you know, let's start charging billable hours to treat your treatment, right? Treat your illness and shit. Like, go fuck yourselves too. You guys have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Because if you haven't experienced it, you're not going through with it. You don't even know what the fuck this person is going through, but yet you wanna throw it out there that you know what the fuck you're talking about and you can help. You know, you're just another fucking preacher in a box, dude. You're just another priest in the fucking confession session, just pretending to fucking listen to you type of shit, pretending to know what the fuck he's talking about, like a channel for God type of thing, right? Like, go fuck yourself too, dog. You know, like, by the way, I'm atheist, so I'm a bash on religion whenever the fuck I feel like it. But yeah, I got no respect for preachers and priests and shit. Motherfucker, I can talk to God myself. I don't need to go through you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like your food. I don't have to eat your food for you. You eat it, right? Like, so when you talk to God, homie, if that's your thing, that's cool, homie. Don't get the fuck out that box and stop listening to people's fucking perverted stories that they feel guilty about type of shit, right? And especially don't charge motherfuckers for it. And that's these fucking crazy doctors trying to help you guys out, supposedly, right? So anytime motherfuckers are throwing in, you know, hat men and ghosts and fucking energy and fucking crystals and all these illnesses, like, dude, these are con artists, man. Don't believe none of that shit. Whoever is telling the true stories, man, true stories are simple, man. They're this, you know, I got visited, I saw it, it just moved across the room, it scared the shit out of me, right? And this is what it looked like. It looked like a fucking three-dimensional human being. Like, this is exactly what they look like, all right? For you people wondering what they actually look like, imagine you take a man, because I only see the men, I don't know if they come in women shapes, right? You take a man, shave him butt fucking naked, spray paint him black, and then put him in a dark room, all right? That's what it looks like. When it moves around, it looks just like a butt naked human being, except they're not swinging all over the place. Whether if they have dicks or they don't, I don't know, but they're not swinging freely. I've never seen their junk swinging around, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're wearing spandex type of shit, I don't know. Now, in regards to what I think they are, what they can be, right? And this is where, like, I can put on the fucking tinfoil hat and get into some fucking weird shit for real, right? It's like, it could be multiple things. Like, let's say if the whole dimensional thing is real that scientists talk about, well, maybe they're fucking from a different dimension, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're from, yeah, maybe they're dimensional beings type of thing. Who the fuck knows? Maybe they've always been here and some people can see them and some people can't. Maybe they have a choice of, you know, if they want you to see them, you're seeing them. If they don't want you to see them, you're not seeing them, right? Maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't know much about dimensions. All I know is I'm living in 3D, 4D, right? Because time is a dimension too. Or they're not fucking dead spirits and shit. I know that for certain. They're not fucking dead people and spirits and all this stuff. Now, what if, right, we as human beings, we have certain technology that can fucking warp people's time, and like they can change a person's, you know, how they operate within the time, and fucking cloak them a certain way, right? So is it possible we might have certain technology that me and you don't know about, and these are just fucking like government agents type of fucking thing? Who the fuck knows? I watch a lot of fucking sci-fi. Maybe it's possible. Who knows, right? Or maybe they're not from this world. Maybe they're, you know, they're from a different fucking place, and that's part of their technology as well, right? So those are the three fucking crazy possibilities that I haven't completely dismissed, but obviously I'm not accepting any of those three things because I don't fucking know, right? Now, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'll probably make another video with a whole bunch of different experiences I've had with them as well, because I have tons of them. Like I said, I see them usually nightly, definitely weekly, and this has happened to me for the last 15 years, you know? I'll tell you on my next video, I'll tell you the story about, I have a pit bull inside my house, you know? I'll tell you the story about my pit bull seeing it and then fucking letting me know, and then I see it, right? But you guys stay blessed, you guys be cool. I'll talk to you.